It's that time of year. Summer is out, so I need my sunnies. So I thought I would review all of my sunglasses. I am a bit of a fanatic. Thankfully, my partner is an optometrist, so he can subsidize or fuel that habit. But I dream of the day of a rollout drawer with all my beautiful sunglasses laid out because I love them. I know people think that it's not such a big deal and you don't really need it, but to me it's that finishing piece. And I love the perfect pair of sunglasses with an outfit. So, let me walk you through all of my pairs. If you're new here, my name is Lexi. I love to review designer, luxury, style, give you a heads up on sales, just so that you can make an informed decision and understand what these items are really like before you go ahead and take the plunge. I'm going to review my Versace, Givenchy, Ray-Bans, Pit Vipers, Oakleys, all of it. Really, I'm going to focus on the designer items, but I'll kind of show you what I have so that you get an idea of how certain pieces can fit into your closet and how they'll work for you. So the first ones I want to show you are my Versace. So they are the Charm Medusa sunglasses. I got these in 2022 in November, and about a year later, I misplaced them. I was so upset. I gave myself about 3 months of a cool down where I'm like, okay, you'll find it. But during this time, I had moved, and I swear I searched everything when I moved and I could not find them. And I found them an additional pair on another website and ordered them. And that was about 6 months to a year after I had misplaced them. And after I got them, well, gosh, guess what I found? In the bottom of a black backpack, which is why I didn't see them. Because Versace generally comes in these nice, hard black cases. I guess I didn't see it when I checked the bag. So now I have two, which is okay because I really like them. I'm very into the cat style just because I naturally have a slightly more cat shaped eye, so I feel like it kind of accentuates my face in a very natural way. I'll give you the lowdown on these sunglasses. So they're black, but they're called Jacquard Organza, which I'm almost most certainly saying wrong. They're black with quite a dark lens. The detail is there's a little Medusa on the side, so it's nothing too obnoxious. You'll see my next pair because it's totally a different story. With the newer styles, so the Charm Medusa that are available now have a kind of a gold trim on them, which I'm okay on. I much prefer this black look. Those are $470 right now at the Sunglasses Hut. These I got for $210, I believe. They were on sale when I bought them at Holt Renfrew for the end of the season. I that's one thing I'd say a lot about sunglasses is they do go on sale. So most of these are owned by a different company than the designer. So somebody owns the right to make all of the Versace sunglasses. Generally, you'll see this go on a lot more sale than you will your typical designer items. Another reason to feel the habit of sunglasses. So again, these are probably, I want to say top three. Top three for sure. So this is my next pair of Versace sunglasses. Again, comes in this black case. However, the case is ginormous. Unless I'm taking something like my Graceful or my medium Fendi Sunshine tote, they're not fitting in. Again, I highly recommend you get some sort of a different case. I have quite a few of those microfiber pouches that I'll use, but this one, they are big. So these are the Medusa Biggie. They are in white with gold hardware. I bought these in 2024. They are originally $440. They're currently for $268. I bought mine through my optometrist because I had the lenses changed to my prescription, which is really mild, but why not? So these are very cool. I love wearing them with my Moschino shirts because I have a couple of the white ones that are really fun and chunky. So you can see the detailing on the side. This is what I was talking about when I said these are much more obnoxious isn't the right word, but they are much more flashy. But I mean, given the style, they are meant to be that a little bit more over the top. And I really love them for that reason. I think they fit a very cool part of my wardrobe, and I think that when I wear these, they're the perfect sunglasses to wear. And so the white is what I chose. I believe it also comes in black, but I don't have any white rim sunglasses, but I like to wear a lot of white t-shirts. So I think this looks good. especially in summer when you're generally wearing a lot of lighter, brighter colors. Sometimes it feels so harsh to have very black, dark sunglasses, similar to my other Versace's. The one caveat I have on these bad boys is I do not like driving in them because this chunkiness is right out of the corner of my eye. So if I go to like look out of the corner of my eye, it's super blocked by this chunkiness. So I'll generally, if I'm driving, change to like my Ray-Bans or whatever I keep in my car because I don't want my peripheries blocked. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. I'm also maybe a little extra cautious because I have my little girl with me most of the time, but that's the one thing I don't like about these. Past that, these scream cool. I love them. All right, next up, we have my newest pair, which I had been thinking about forever. And then Essence had its sale start a couple months ago, I believe in May. So I was like, okay, I should finally get them because they're silver detailed. I, as you can see, mostly have gold, including with my Ray-Bans. They're all gold. And I really wanted a cool silver pair. So what's nice about this is it comes in like a duvet feeling kind of puffer pouch, which is really cool with a drawstring top. So it also says Givenchy on the bottom. I love these. It's got a bit of a, almost like a purple hue. And the only detail is on the side. So cool. So it's a very thin frame. Again, it's a cat eye. So it's the GV Speed. These are in the silver with the 4G detail. And they've got almost like a purple hue to them. They also say Givenchy on the nose pads, but it's a very thin wire. It also says Givenchy, I'm realizing, on the ends. It's a very light, fresh pair of sunglasses. They're originally $300, which is crazy low for Givenchy sunglasses. I still bought them on sale, so $237 in March of 2025. Oh my god, I love these sunglasses. If you were a 90s child and you were a total dork like me growing up, you wanted to be Trinity from The Matrix. And when I wear these, I feel like Trinity from The Matrix. And I feel so cool, and I love them. They're slightly dorky, but I feel like a total boss when I wear them. And I love them, and I highly recommend them. They're wonderful. They're available right now. I think Essence sold out, but they are still available in Canada at Whole Renfrew. If you're interested, check them out, man. I have 3 different pair of Ray-Bans. They generally come in these kind of semi-hard cases. Feels like a leather case. Generally a terry cloth with it. I don't really use this for this pair. This pair lives in just an extra little pouch I have. They're really small, so I can fit them in, I think, almost every single purse I own. So that makes them crazy convenient, and I really appreciate that about them. So these are the round metal. I have them with the gold, and I think these are just the regular lens. They come in, I'm not exaggerating, I think over 20 different combinations. So you can find the right one for you. The gold lens, or the green lens, pardon me, polarized, is originally $239, and you can buy it right now for $234, I believe, from the Ray-Ban website. So this is my easy everyday pair. They go with everything casual. They go with something a bit more sophisticated. I think these are kind of the workhorse sunglasses. Again, with them being so lightweight and the frame is so thin that I can bring them everywhere. I also really like that they're polarized. They're really comfortable to look through. And yeah, sometimes I will just bring this pair even when I'm wearing another pair. I love these things. These things have gotten their dollar per wear. They're wonderful, and I will probably continue to wear them. I would consider them in a silver, but I think I like my Givenchy pair so much that it would be hard for me not to reach for them right now. So again, highly recommend the round. I think you should really try them on first. The round is either going to look really good or it's not really going to suit your face type. I'm fortunate that most smaller sunglasses suit my face. The only ones that don't are kind of the bohemian style or the large ones. They look too big on me. So I fit most shapes, but they have to be a smaller lens or else they look really silly. I think my Versace is as big as it can get, other than, like a sport or aviator. So this is Ray-Ban pair 2 out of 3. Again, we've got this little case. I keep these ones in this case just because they are so large. And these are the Ray-Ban aviators with the flash lenses. And they are flashy. So these are a nice set of aviator because the frame again is so small and the lens is the right size for my face. My 2 favorite colors are green and orange. So I got the orange because it feels a little bit more sunglassy-y, if that's a real thing. And so the orange, I think the green would have been nice, but the orange is a little bit more suited to being on my face. I really enjoy these. I think that they're a nice pair of sunglasses. They go really well with certain outfits, especially if I'm wearing something casual. I don't know that I would really wear these. Maybe casual or athletic is kind of more my feeling with these. However, they don't stay on my face exceptionally well. So they can slide down really easily. Maybe that's just something I need an adjustment for, but they're a little less comfortable on wear as compared to all of my other sunglasses, which is why I reach for them less. So these ones, they're the polarized. So they're regular $258 to $293, depending on which ones you go for. I think that's polarized versus non-likely. The one other thing I'll say about flash, because I have it on a lot of my pit vipers, is it's more prone to scratching. So you do want to take good care of these. I always wrap them in the little cloth, the microfiber cloth it comes with, because you don't want to get it scratched. It's also going to look really bad if they're scratched. It's going to be very, very obvious as compared to, something that's part of the lens. You can get away with it a little longer. These you will see right away. So I like them. If they're your style and it's something you're really interested in, I wouldn't shy away from it because I think they're nice, but they rank lower on my list and I do get less use out of them. But I do still like them. They're going to stay. I wouldn't consider selling these. Okay, we're getting into my last pair of Ray-Bans and a little bit more of my casual wearing ones. So those are all the ones I will directly pick out because of a look or a style or how I want to wear it that day. These are more, there's a purpose. So these Ray-Bans are just some simple Wayfarers. They've got the tortoise shell, so they're less abrupt on my face. They're comfortable. They stay on my face well. They're lightweight. They're rugged because they're that plastic. I keep them in my car. There's a wild variety. They're tough. These are just classic. I will always have a pair, and I actually had 2. So the last other pair I had were the folding Wayfarers. So they fold up to nothing because they fold in the middle here and on the sides. I really love those. I took those babies everywhere. And then last March, we went to Mexico with our daughter and we took the red eye, which worked out great. So there's no issues with that. However, on the bus from the airport to the resort, I fell asleep with my Ray-Bans on my head. I put them on my head thinking, Lex, you shouldn't do that because you're going to fall asleep and they're going to fall off. And that's exactly what happened. They fell off while I fell asleep, and then I got woken up when I got to the resort and left and forgot all about them. So that sucked right when I arrived. So I think I would consider getting another folded pair because I really, really liked them. And the case they come in is a small square, so they fit in a lot of things. Again, just the Ray-Ban Wayfarer, this thing's been around for decades. It's not going anywhere. So I have a lot of pit vipers. I think I have at least 3 more pairs. They're really reasonably priced. They start at around $100. I'm pretty sure I've gotten a lot of these for like $70 on sales. They are prone to scratching. I have a pair that is just, oh my gosh, destroyed. But that's the pair I wear sea-doing and stuff where I know my face is going to go against the water, or I'm going to dive into the sand playing beach volleyball and they're just going to get scratched to sin. That's okay because they're already destroyed. But I really like pit vipers because they're the ones that I will wear cycling. They're the ones I will wear kayaking. I can do whatever I want in these things. You can also get I can't remember what they're called, but they're basically the straps that attach on the back. And so then I can hold them tight to my face. So Again, really nice if I'm kayaking or doing other water sports because then they will stay on my face and I won't lose them. They're very lightweight. They're really nice for cycling because they'll have a lot more aero with them because they're more face shielding. Also help with the bugs, which is not a romantic part of cycling. So I pulled these pair because this is the original style. What's fun, if you have little ones, is I actually have a matching pair of this with my daughter, which obviously I love. So it's really fun. They're really nice because I'm pretty sure the nose pieces can come off, and on the side they're adjustable. So you can clip them around. And then I believe you can actually slide this part as well, the ear hook. And then there's holes at the back if you didn't want like a full buoy, you just wanted a strap. So practical wise, they're great. I have to say, I have never been as complimented by teenage boys as when I wear pit vipers. It's always so funny because they're like sick vibes. I'm like, thank you. I feel really weird. This one has a bit more of a circular shape. Again, I just use these as casual. The other really nice thing about pit vipers is their safety grade, the originals, because they've got that wrap. So if you are a total dork like me and like to wear safety glasses when you mow your lawn, especially when you've got a kid who likes rocks, and sometimes those rocks end up on the lawn. So I will wear these while I'm mowing the lawn. Keep my eyes nice and safe. These ones are a little bit special because they are the transition lenses. So they will darken as it gets darker out, or brighter, pardon me. They're really nice for mountain biking in that way, just because you're constantly, on the flats or, on open face. And then you'll be in the bush again and you want something with a bit more visibility because you need to see where you're going. Again, I own, I want to say 6 pairs of these bad boys. Great. I love them. And now my last pair of sunglasses that aren't just little junkers is the Oakley Flak jackets. And the reason I wanted to show you these is because these are the original flak jackets. The 2.0 that's currently available at Oakley is much larger. The lens is much larger. So these are not cool looking sunglasses. They're cool, but they're not. I don't think I look very good in them, and that's fine. So with these, if you're a runner, I would say what's nice is they're comfortable, they're lightweight, they're really good sunglasses as far as quality. These ones are cut a lot smaller. The new flak jackets, the 2.0, the lens is much bigger. So if you have a smaller face or you're a petite female, whatever that looks like, the originals are better. So if you're like, oh, these are almost perfect, try and find an original pair. Whether that's secondhand or some weird website has them, the original are better. The one thing I don't like about them is they cut really close to your face, so the ventilation isn't as good. So if somehow I get a lot of humidity and mist in these, because you're generally working out, they fog up a lot. So I'm actually ordering another pair of Oakleys. So I will let you know how those are probably next year. So I have now gone through 8 different sunglasses, not including pit vipers as one. And I really wanted to let you know how each of them fit. I've got a little bit more casual, a little bit more fun, and a little bit of everyday, as well as athletic / I can beat these things up. Let me know what you think. Do you think I have missed a pair of sunglasses that I should try on? I'm always eager to see new sunglasses. I love trying them on and finding new pairs. I average getting about a pair a year, so put one on my list. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I like to put out videos every Tuesday, so I'll see you next week. If not, here's one of my previous videos. Cheers!